For the following interview, Francis Suarez, mayor of the city of Miami, takes the stage of America Business Forum.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
Your Royal Highness,
Yes, sir. Hello.
the last time that we were on stage together, it was in Riyadh,
Indeed.
and you were interviewing me.
Yes, I was.
So it's
a
my
small
turn.
role reversal.
Exactly. And we were announcing there that we were bringing a conference from Riyadh to Miami.
Yes.
So today, I want to welcome you to our incredible city
Thank you.
and to the America Business Forum, of course. So,
It's a pleasure to be here, and Miami is such a beautiful city. So thank you.
thank you. Let's start by looking ahead. What are your thoughts on the future of business in the Saudi region, especially with the ongoing economic reforms? What do you see as new opportunities in entertainment, sports, and other sectors for the kingdom?
Well, you heard this morning from Faisal from the PIF, and a lot of the work that the kingdom has been doing is really not investing in things, but investing in industries. The reason that we're doing that is we'd like to grow the economic power of the kingdom and diversify away from our dependence on energy. Today, I'm so proud to say that the kingdom really has diversified. About 56% of our economy is no longer dependent on oil. And that's a big launch away from where we were prior to Vision 2030. But when we talk about entertainment sectors, tourism, sports, again, it's the industry that we're investing in, not the game. Because if you think about sustainability, you want the stadium where, yes, we want to host FIFA, yes, we want to host all sorts of amazing activities, but we want to look at the pipeline of work, employment, jobs, opportunities, businesses that these sectors all drive. And we want Riyadh to be, if not the kingdom, a year-round destination, not a single event destination. And legacy only comes with sustainability.
It's amazing. So, of course, Vision 2030 has become synonymous with Saudi and its transformation. Talk to us a little bit about Vision 2030. How do you see the role of new technologies, in particular AI, shaping the business landscaping in Saudi Arabia?
Vision 2030, for those of you who aren't aware, it's the cultural transformation, the economic and the social transformation of our country. We decided in 2016 to invest in this next generation. 70%, as you know, is younger than 35. They're looking for things that my generation wasn't looking for. As a 50-year-old, I'm telling you, I'm geriatric in my country. And what Vision 2030 aspires to is a diversified, thriving economy that celebrates youth and innovation, which brings us to AI and technology. It brings us to the United States of America. In AI, what we're looking for is collaboration. We would like to be the extension of the United States ecosystem, not as a standalone. And again, we don't want to invest in the thing. We want to invest in the industry. So for us, we have use cases. AI that we've been talking about, and I know is going to be a big theme here. Hospitals need it. Our energy sector needs it. We want to look at it as how can we thrive and take the next leap. If you talk about AI in medication, today you can solve for stem cell. Today you can solve for all sorts of cancers. Today you can solve for genetic diseases with AI, but it needs compute power. So why the kingdom? Cheap land, easy access to energy, and manpower. We want to be that friend and that resource to the United States ecosystem to help it thrive and develop. Because you can't do it on your own. And we want to make sure that you win.
You know, that's so on point. AI is going to reshape the way we do imaging, so much in healthcare, et cetera. So many global investors are obviously watching the kingdom very, very closely. What advice would you have to those international investors who are looking to invest in Saudi Arabia and its emerging markets?
I would say, number one, we're open for business. Number two, we've set up a whole ministry called the Ministry of Investment, which has an office here, which we launched with you, I think, earlier this year.
I think we should give a round of applause for that. Sorry for cutting you off.
And we're very proud to have opened this office. And why Miami, somebody might ask? Miami is the hub and the gateway for Latin America. It's truly the new heartbeat of the United States business community. And so I would really advise you to do a number of things. Come and speak to our ministry through their representatives that are here to learn about the incentives and the opportunities that we're offering for all of you. But number two, look at Vision 2030. Identify where you meet a synergy that we need. It's one thing to come to us and say you have an innovative technology. It's another thing to say it's an innovative technology that can help you thrive. There's so much that can be done. Healthcare, we need your help. Innovation, AI, education. Systems of education are being transformed. Our country is a youthful country. And if we don't educate our children in the right way today, we're not giving them the tools that the world will need of them or for them. I'd also advise you, mining and minerals. It's a massive need that this world is looking for. We have resources. Come and talk to us about it. And yes, sports, entertainment, culture, the things that make life beautiful and colorful and joyful, every single door is open. And the reason it's open is the kingdom has been asleep for so many years that the opportunities, by the way, that are available aren't new. It's new to us. You have the resources, you have the know-how, you have the capability. Come and show us how to do it. Collaborate with us. But treat us as equals. And the reason I say that is we would like to learn from you, but we also want to collaborate with you. And that spirit of collaboration is where the United States is unique. You come in, you partner with people, and you build local talent. We have talent that wants to collaborate with you. So Saudi Arabia really, in the same way, Miami is your gateway to the Americas, Saudi is your gateway to the Middle East.
You're clearly such a passionate voice for your country and a lineage in your family. But you're also specifically a very passionate voice for women and for empowering women and for inclusion. What have been some of the most significant milestones you've achieved so far?
So I've had the privilege to work for the Crown Prince and His Majesty King Salman since 2016. And when I was asked to join government, one of my major mandates was female inclusion. And it has been a privilege to watch all of the government sectors and my colleagues embrace the role of women, not just in our economy, but also in our society. Francis, imagine this room without women. Imagine your industries without women. It's not possible for a country to thrive or succeed, and that's what our Crown Prince saw. And so across our country, not new for you, but new for us, women are now viewed as equals, with equal opportunity and access to everything that a man is given access to.
I can tell you as a brother of 3 sisters, a father of a daughter, a husband of a wife, and the son of a mother, that I'm surrounded by powerful women.
You know, Francis, I'd love to flag for you also. A lot of people wonder, where are these women that are suddenly populating the ministries coming from? We have such a robust education system. The women of our country are actually educated at such a high level that they are outplacing all of the men in the private sector and even in government entities.
Not surprised by that.
Yes. They just didn't have the opportunity. Post-education, imagine this for the women in the audience, knowing you're capable. You've been invested in by your country, and then you wake up one morning to say, I want to provide, I want to collaborate, I want to be and exist, but there's no opportunity for you. What a shame. So since 2016, when the doors were unlocked for women, we now have female engineers leading at the Ministry of Energy. We have women leading at Aramco.
I've seen them.
PIF, women leading in investment. Sports, which is a sector where I joined government as my first foray through sports. Female athletes. We have women in diplomacy. And these are women with skills, degrees, capability, and capacity. These aren't women that we've picked as tokens, and that's what makes me proud. Capable women open doors for other capable women.
Let's turn to your forte, diplomacy. Talk to us a little bit about the Saudi-US relationship. And also, we've been hearing rumblings that the Crown Prince may be in the United States in the coming days. Can you tell us about that?
So, the Saudi-US relationship, I'm very proud to say, has always been a strong relationship in its almost 90-year history. We do have a very, very unique moment in time where the Crown Prince and the President are not just two leaders that have vision of how this world could look. They're collaborators in actually creating a peaceful world, actually collaborating a world that is business-friendly, a world that really wants to be peaceful for all of us so that we all have opportunities. The fact that America is welcoming of me as the ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and my public investment fund in Miami to talk to the world of Latin America is something that doesn't happen anywhere else. You need to know this. And so the Saudi-US relationship, I would tell you today, is the strongest it's ever been. While many years it has been built on energy and defense, today it's built on technology, it's built on innovation, it's built on relationships, it's built on business. And ladies and gentlemen of the business community, you need to know you are always the better ambassadors and diplomats for all of your countries than any diplomat or ambassador can be. You are the 80, 90, 100-year relationships. We are the 4, 8, and 12-year turnovers, not you. And so what I would tell you is, if you want to keep global institutions strong, it's on you, it's not on us. If you want to keep global trade routes open, it's on you, not us. When the governments come knocking on the private sector door, asking you to participate, to invest, to build and develop in developing nations, if you want future customers, it would behoove you to listen to and be a part of the development plans that the diplomats come up with. We can't do it without you. And today we have a United States that has not only welcomed the kingdom's role in problem solving, it's one of the things that gives me the most joy. After the president was elected, one of the first tasks we were given was to support this White House and the president with Russia and Ukraine. And many of you will have seen, we hosted emissaries from both countries in order to have their negotiations in the kingdom with the United States of America. We've supported in Syria, in Gaza. We hope to be supporting through to a two-state solution. We hope to be able to resolve Sudan, but nobody can do it without the United States. And we are very, very proud to be in lockstep with the US in that foreign policy.
I was blessed to be in Saudi when the president came and saw his interaction with the Crown Prince and what he did on Syria, which was truly inspiring. And obviously, the Crown Prince had a huge role in that. Your role as a diplomat involves conveying and convening and communicating to bring people together. How would you approach this challenging task? In your experience, what are the most effective ways to foster understanding and collaboration between different cultures and nations?
So as many of you may know, my father was our ambassador to the United States for about 23 years. And when I was appointed to this role, he gave me 2 pieces of advice, which I really took to heart. The first was, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. Watch everything, listen to everything, and speak as little as possible. And that has really, honestly, been so instrumental in helping me to understand the America of today. The second piece of advice, which was so profound for me, was Washington, D.C. and the Beltway is one entity, but America is much bigger. So I've really made a point of traveling across state to state, meeting governors, meeting business communities, and the political communities all across this country. And the reason for that is the voice of America is bigger and louder than the voice of Washington, D.C. And if I want to represent my country to here, I need to understand America. And I also need my country to understand the voices and faces of America. It's so diverse, it's so interesting, it's such a beautiful country that, to be honest with you, I'm not sure many Americans understand the blessings that they have and the beauty of this country, and I wish sometimes you could see it in the way I see it. This country is a gift, and what the resources you have are a gift, but your most amazing gift is your human capital. And that's how we feel about our country.
Amen.
Yeah.
I can certainly attest to the fact that you're a great listener, but you also have a very powerful voice. And so, as a diplomat, you have helped usher FII to Miami. You've helped bring, as you mentioned before, the Ministry of Investment here. You and I have talked about trying to find a way to get direct flights here to Miami, which I think would be a phenomenal bridge between the kingdom and Miami. Yeah. I can't wait to get on a direct flight like that. And maybe one day have a PIF office. What is it about Miami that has made it an ideal gateway for Saudi investment in the US?
So it won't be lost on anyone with a Latin background. Latin cultures and Middle Eastern cultures were quite similar, both in our family context, our worldviews, and so it's a soft landing here. But Miami's business friendly. Miami's globally friendly. Miami is warm, it's opening, and it's a place where people feel welcome. And that really is a tribute to you and the environment that you've created, but to the people of this fantastic city. And I would also say the gateway to Latin America has made this one of the most compelling, engaging points for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It's a very big world. There are only so many hours in a day, so to be able to find one central location where the world can connect and we can have access to it, we believe that, unfortunately, far too long, we've overlooked the value and the economic engine of South America. And as a grand middle nation, we are not the United States of America, but we hold a very strong position, not just in the Middle East, but within the Islamic world. It would behoove us as two communities who have similar values, similar ecosystems, and similar challenges to collaborate and work together. And Miami has given us that access, and that really is kudos to you to make sure that the world connects here.
Thank you so much. It does. And we've seen it connect in Riyadh as well. Last question. What makes you most excited about the future of your country?
Of my country?
Yes.
The most exciting thing about the future of my country is our young people. Because when we created Vision 30, it's like a bowling ball. You're going to throw it, but you don't know where the land is going to take the ball. Is it going to curve? Is it going to tilt? Are you going to hit every single pin? The young people have literally taken that ball and made sure it's delivered. We've been striking, we've been hitting, and we've been outstanding in achieving our KPIs. When the Crown Prince asked us to design this vision, he designed 13 programs with almost 750 initiatives under it. We're in 2025, and we've accomplished 93 of all of the reforms, 93% of all the reforms he's asked for. We are almost done with Vision 2030 in 2025. So why am I excited? Because the next authors aren't us. The next authors are the next generation who have 5 years to really shape and develop and tell us what do they want us to develop for them so they can now take over the ball and run with it as far as they can. And so youth, ladies and gentlemen, that is the gift that the kingdom is going to give to the world, and we're asking you to come, engage with them, help them develop, give them opportunities, collaborate with them. Because what this country brings, what this part of the world brings is innovation. What we can bring you is the talent. So the match and the spark together, only magic can happen.
You are a magician. Your Royal Highness, thank you so much for sharing your perspective and vision with us today. It's really been inspiring to hear how Saudi Arabia is embracing transformation while deepening its global relationships. We're honored to have you here with us at the America Business
Thank
Forum.
you. It's always a privilege. Thank you. Thank you.